All right, so first up, I want to differentiate independent guides from lodges and outfitters. Independent guides work for themselves and they have a lot more control over pricing and things like that than your lodges and outfitters do. And I think that matters because as an independent guide, you have a lot of control over your schedule, your pricing, and how you interact with those clients. You don't have a boss. You can set everything up the way you'd like to, and that's gonna make a difference when it comes to tipping as well. And if you're an independent guide and you're watching this video, let me give you a piece of advice. You should charge the price that you wanna get paid without any tips. If you put in the day of work that you know you're putting in and day out, your pricing should reflect that. But let's face it, that's not actually what happens, which is why we have this video. And as a general rule of thumb, if you're fishing with an independent guide, 15 to 20% should be in tips. So if your guide is charging you $1,000 a day, you should plan on tipping him 150 to 200 bucks. He's probably gonna be pretty happy with that. Now for lodges and outfitters, this gets a little bit more complicated. Your package amount doesn't go directly to your guides and includes lodging and other things. So the easiest thing to do is ask your lodge, or if you're traveling with Trident Travel, ask us. And in fact, we tell you ahead of time in our planning documents how much you should be tipping, or at least how much is expected of you to tip. But again, as a general rule of thumb, in the United States, if you're going to a lodge or booking through an outfitter, 15 to 20% is gonna be that right amount. And not all of that 15 to 20% is gonna go to your guides. It's also gonna go to your wait staff, your housekeepers, and anyone who's helped you have that really great experience. Now, outside the US, because cultures vary and currencies vary, that spread becomes a little more. And you're gonna wanna tip anywhere from 10 to 25% based on the lodge that you're visiting. And again, the simplest thing to do is to just ask. Everyone should be happy to tell you what a reasonable tip is. Now, you might be asking yourself, what if I had a great day and I want to tip a little bit more? You should definitely tip more if your guide takes really great care of you, and especially if they put in a lot more hours than you expected on the water. And I would say, even more importantly, if you've got a really, really tough day and your guide puts in the extra hours and a lot of extra effort to try to get you into some fish, even if it doesn't happen, those are the days that, in my opinion, your guide really deserves those extra tips. Sometimes we all hit banner days, but more often than not, those are a little bit lucky. So just keep in mind how hard your guide worked to make you have that great day. So you're probably wondering, are there times when you should tip your guide less than the recommended amount? Yes. First and foremost, if you've had a bad time, your guide does not deserve that 15 to 20%. Along those lines, if your guide's don't tip him that much. Or maybe don't tip him at all. Frankly, I don't want to be yelled at all day, but some of you guys are into that. Tell us how much you tip your guides by leaving us a comment in the box below, and don't forget to please send us your questions for the next episode of Talking Trident. I'm Ben, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.